Hello folks, thank you for tuning in. This is Rhasaan Oyasaba Manning, your host and narrator. It's 66 Second Storytime. Brought to you by the Flatbush Sound Studios. The Flatbush Sound Studios. Early one morning I met this goat scrabbling up the seaside of a mountain. After hurling many pejoratives my way, he joined me on the beach for a spell, in the rain. We skipped stones in silence until sunset. At one point he asked me what my sign was. Capricorn, I said with a grin. Oh wow, he said. I figured you for a Taurus. I'm an Aries, he quipped with a grin of his own. With no grace, I turned the conversation to Granny's recipe for goat head soup. He shuddered and suggested using wood instead of actual goat's heads. Wood, wire, staple, driftwood, claimed, goat head soup, pareidolia, sculpture, Granny's recipes. That rain, it won't stop, but we need it. The Flatbush Sound Studios. The midnight rainstorm was unexpected. I rushed home from work through slick streets on my bicycle. My girlfriend was supposed to be at my house, sleeping presumably. I was excited to see her. I arrived to an empty house. I call. She lets it ring. She picks up. Hey, everything all right? Yes. What happened? I thought you were. Why did you want me to be there tonight? I heaved a sigh and hung up the phone. Half an hour later, my doorbell was pressed with urgency. She was drenched by rain and tears. We've been together for almost 3 years and you talk to me like a stranger. What are you thinking? You never come to my house. You have a needy roommate. I live alone. We have privacy here. Maybe we should only see each other on the weekend. No chance. Okay, well maybe we can schedule a night during the week too? No. Why not? It sounds ridiculous. Let's not do any of it. I need. A velvety blue blossom of truth was opening between us, about to be born from silence. What do you need? I need structure. I'm a teaching artist at a few academies in the Bronx with names like Passages, Horizons, and Crossroads. Every day on my way up to class, I try to guess how many of the original 20 students will be there. Will there be 5 in solitary confinement, 5 in court, 5 zonked out on meds? This day, 2 new kids come into class. Legends. A minute into class, they're attacking another student. The guards rush in, yoke them up, beat them down, drag them out, and body slam them in the hallway. Dump! The one guard comes back and says to me, Yo, you looking at me funny cause I beat their ass? You serious? You don't know who them 2 niggas is? Hippie ass nigga, please. Them 2 niggas doused a homeless nigga with gasoline and set that motherfucker on fire. It was on the news. Them 2 niggas killed a sleeping homeless nigga. Like I give a fuck about them 2 niggas. I hope they get the fucking chair, son. Turns out I'm happy for those 2 students. 14 and 15 years old. Tried and convicted as adults. Sent upstate where the real men are at. And here, that's what we call early graduation. Louie. I struggle out of bed at 6 a.m. every day. I pack my bag full of my students' papers and grab my djembe. I jump into my silver 84 Volvo, take the BQ8 to the Kosciuszko Bridge up to the South Bronx by the back roads. Upon arrival, my bags are screened. I am greeted by the guards only after my bags are cleared, every day. I passed by throngs of boys in beige jumpsuits and corny white sneakers with no laces. Of the 3 students in class that day, one stands out for his efforts at writing. Luis, or Louie. He's a little guy built like a gymnast. He has a mercurial temper and serious mood swings. Often he is absent from class for fighting mostly. He wants to get his shit together. He wants to make things right. I believe in him and I try to help him express himself through writing. In class he reads aloud an ode he had written about his girlfriend. She is now 1 but will soon be 2, and we will be 3. This is how I learned that he is a father-to-be. A week later he is released. I am filled with a tangible thing akin to hope. A year later he crossed my mind and I think I saw him in the lineup of new arrivals. The fact that he avoided eye contact makes me pretty sure it was him. Turbulence woke me on the flight. I fell back to sleep, still unaware of my destination. A flight attendant woke me upon landing. Budapest. I partied like a fool for 4 nights trying to get my latest ex-girlfriend off of my mind. Next stop was Prague. I found out by frantic voicemails that Carlos, my furniture building buddy back in Brooklyn, had died while dancing. I partied like a fool for 4 nights trying to get him off of my mind. Next stop was Berlin. I found out the woman I was supposed to meet later in Paris had decided against it, so I partied like a fool for 4 nights to get her off of my mind. Next stop was Paris. Wandering in a daze, I ran into a different ex-girlfriend I hadn't seen in 10 years. It was like old times, except that she had 2 daughters and a great husband. We walked through the streets of Paris being regarded by others as a family. In an open-air market, she asked me to hold a cranky toddler for a moment. Time stopped as I looked into the baby's eyes. She looked hungover too. I put her on my shoulder and she puked a little bit. The next day I returned to New York exhausted, bewildered, and very much alone. Thank you for tuning in to 66 Second Storytime. This is Rhasaan Oyasaba Manning, your host and narrator. We'll see you next time. Take care out there. Brought to you by the Flatbush Sound Studios. The Flatbush Sound Studios.